There was a moment, very early this morning, before the world fully woke up, when you made a choice. It might have felt insignificant to you. It might have happened in the quiet gray light of dawn, or perhaps while you were sitting on the edge of your bed, feeling the weight of the day before it even began. You felt that familiar heaviness, the exhaustion that isn't just about a lack of sleep, but a weariness of the soul. There was a part of you that wanted to pull the covers back up, to retreat into the safety of silence, to turn away from the noise and the demands of a world that often feels too loud and too harsh. But you didn't. You took a breath, a deep, shaky breath, and you put your feet on the floor. You might think this is just what people do. You might think this is simply routine or obligation or survival. But if you could see through the eyes of heaven, you would understand that what you did was so much more than that. To the human eye, you just woke up. But to the spiritual eye, you won a battle. You chose to face the light even when you felt like you were made of shadows. And that choice, that quiet, invisible act of courage, did not go unnoticed. In fact, it was something beautiful. It was something that rippled through the atmosphere. It was a moment where the expectations of the heavy world were shattered by the resilience of your gentle heart. We often believe that God is looking for grand gestures. We are taught to think that spiritual victory looks like shouting from mountaintops, or performing great miracles, or never having a moment of doubt. But God understands that true strength is rarely loud. God sees that true courage is often silent. The world expected you to be bitter today, considering everything you have been through, considering the disappointments you have carried, and the silent battles you have fought in your mind. It would have been expected for you to wake up with a closed heart. It would have been natural for you to choose anger or resentment or total withdrawal. But this morning, you did something beyond expectation. You chose to be soft. You chose to be kind, even if it was just to yourself. You chose to make a cup of coffee, to look out the window, to pet your dog or cat, to send a text to a friend, or simply to whisper a quiet "thank you," despite the pain. That is what delighted the heavens. That is the surprise. Not that God didn't know you could do it, but that you did it with such grace when you had every reason not to. God sees the invisible backpack you carry. He knows the thoughts that kept you awake last night. He knows the specific worries that tried to greet you the moment you opened your eyes. The anxiety that tries to tell you that you aren't doing enough, or that you are falling behind, or that you have missed your chance. And yet, you stood up. You stood up in the middle of your own storm. You didn't wait for the storm to pass. You moved within it. This is the mark of a chosen heart. It isn't that you are immune to pain. It is that you keep loving and keep trying, even while the pain is there. It is important for you to know that you don't have to be perfect to be cherished. There is so much pressure on you to fix everything. You might feel like you need to fix your family, your finances, your health, or your future, all by yourself and all right now. That pressure can feel crushing, especially in the morning hours when the day stretches out before you like a mountain. But God is with you in the valley, not just on the peak. God is walking beside you in the slow, unglamorous moments of your morning routine. When you are brushing your teeth and looking in the mirror, seeing the lines of fatigue on your face, God sees a child of light who is doing their absolute best. You are being harder on yourself than heaven has ever been on you. You are judging your progress by the standards of a frantic world, measuring your worth by how much you produce or how fast you move. But the spiritual realm measures differently. God measures by the heart. And this morning, your heart remained open. That is the miracle. Think about the resilience it takes to remain kind in an unkind world. Think about the strength it takes to hope for a better future when your past has been difficult. That is what you are doing. You are holding a frequency of hope. You are a lighthouse that refuses to go dark, even when the waves are crashing against the glass. Maybe you felt like you failed this morning. Maybe you lost your temper, or maybe you cried, or maybe you felt numb. Please hear this. Your emotions do not disqualify you from God's love. Your feelings are not a failure of faith. They are a testament to your humanity. God understands that you are tired. There is a deep compassion flowing toward you right now, wrapping around your shoulders like a warm blanket. You are allowed to be tired. You are allowed to feel like you don't have all the answers. The surprise, the thing that is so beautiful to witness, is that even in your tiredness, you are still seeking the good. You are still clicking on a video like this, looking for a word of encouragement, looking for a connection to the divine. That seeking is the victory. The fact that you want to be close to God is enough. You don't have to perform. You just have to be. There is a gentle plan unfolding for your life, one that doesn't require you to force doors open or stress yourself into sickness. What you did this morning, simply showing up for your life, is the seed that will grow into the harvest you have been waiting for. You might feel invisible. You might feel like no one saw you wipe away that tear, or no one noticed how hard you had to work just to get dressed and face the day. But nothing is hidden from the love that created you. God was there in the kitchen with you. God was there in the car. God was there in the silence. Every small step you took was witnessed and celebrated. You are not walking this path alone, and you are not walking it in vain. The enemy of your soul wants you to believe that your best days are behind you, or that your mistakes are too big to be overcome. But your actions this morning proved that lie wrong. By simply continuing, you declared that light is stronger than darkness. You are breaking generational cycles just by surviving and choosing to heal. You are shifting the atmosphere of your lineage just by refusing to give up. It doesn't look like a movie scene. It looks like you, in your pajamas, deciding to drink a glass of water and try again. It looks ordinary, but it is sacred. So, take a moment now to breathe. Let your shoulders drop. Unclench your jaw. You have already done the hardest part of the day. You began. You don't need to worry about what happens 3 hours from now or 3 years from now. You are held in this present moment. You are safe here. God is not disappointed in you. God is not impatient with you. God is simply loving you, exactly as you are, right here and right now. Be proud of yourself today, not for what you achieved, but for the fact that you are here. Be proud that your heart is still beating with hope. Be proud that despite everything, you are still willing to receive love. As you move through the rest of this day, carry this knowing with you. You have already exceeded expectations. You have already surprised the shadows with your light. You are doing better than you think you are. Rest in that assurance. Let the peace that surpasses understanding settle in your chest. You are seen. You are known. And you are deeply, deeply loved. Continue to be the light, just by being you.